think, goddamn, it's one of the finest women that I've ever seen. But you don't say anything, and you go back to your book. You're welcome. Hi, Aylin. Don't mind me, I'm just making lore for myself. One Piece didn't happen today. I need to save energy for general practitioner and sewing classes. For a second, I wasn't quite sure if that was actually a, like, if it actually meant GP or if it was some sort of sewing related thing, but yeah, sounds good. I thought of 1,001 different things. That's not true. I thought of a lot of different things. Let's say a lot. It was probably like 5 different things I could do for like a fancy Valentine's Day. I couldn't decide. Because on one hand, I really want to finish this game because this game is so depressing and I need to move on to brighter and happy things in my life. Especially at the moment. And it's still going. So rather than stopping doing like a Pokemon stream, it's Valentine's Day. I don't give a shit. We're just gonna pretend it's not Valentine's Day. That's what I've decided. Today, we're just not gonna acknowledge it. I say that, I'm totally gonna acknowledge it like 50 times. Like how I was accidentally gay today, but that's fine. Asking my two friends from my two colleagues out. It's just funny. When I realized I'm zoning out while on camera. I was like fully ready to just flatline. And I was like, wait a second. I see myself. I see things. There's nothing going on here. Anyway. Yeah. I watched a lot of anime today. That's my whole day, guys. I watched anime. As it should be for any day, okay? Anime is the most important part of the day, easily. Anyway. Shall we start? Oh, I'm used to more people turning up and making conversation. We could just go. Thank you for the follow, Cindella, much appreciated. Cindy Ella. Games? Do you guys want to play games? We can play some games. I sometimes love just making little noises that make no sense. Got KFC for dinner? Oh, that's a froth. We had schnitz, so close, not quite, but takeaway. Sometimes takeaway is the only way to cure your soul, okay? So, get takeaway. This is my endorsement. Go get that insert Macca's, insert Macca's, yeah, insert brand, yeah, deal here, yeah, because there's a brand deal. I always get surprised how there's some people who have like a real part of these really fancy like big brands. Like I'm sponsored by, what are these, like Nvidia? Yeah, I don't know. Is Nvidia a brand? I forget. Whatever that place, Razer. That's what I'm thinking of. It's like I'm supported by Razer. I'm like, okay, but like how? Like there's just like always that weird idea. And like obviously I also think about the fact that I think logically you should be able to support whatever the fuck you want and someone should just throw money at you. Like if I decide to eat a Snickers every single day of the year and say sponsor me for it, I will sit on stream for a single minute every stream just eating a Snickers. Like, would you endorse me for that? The answer is they should. They won't. They're just like, you do you, boo. You just give us fucking money. That's like if I bought them every time they were on special, that is $1. That's currently $1.10. Like if you think they're like $2 for a Snickers bar, even though it's shrinkflation, which is bullshit, it's like $2 a stream, which over the course of a year is obviously like $600. Don't do that. I didn't realize how crazy that math is. That's like realizing how much you spend on coffee. If you bought a coffee every single day, right? Let's just say it's $5, okay? Maybe not quite. Maybe $6 if you get a large. Let's say $5 if you get like a medium or small, okay? Every single day of the year, all right? That's 360 times by 5. We're ignoring the other 5 or 6. I keep forgetting we have like, oh, the February day this year. I'm like, what? Anyway. Oh my god, is it the Olympics this year? Hold the phone. I have Googling to do. Sorry, I'm thinking about it now. Hey, Older. Coffee. So if you have 360 times 5, that's like, what, 1,000, wait, soft math. I like to do soft, squishy math, you understand. Soft math, that's 5, 6, 300, and then 5, 6, yeah, so 3 times 6 is 300, and then 5 times 6 equals 30, so what, that's like 3,000, shit. It's about $4,000 in coffee. Is that right? Am I mathing correctly? That doesn't sound right. Anyway. Olympics. Olympics 2024. Is it happening? It is! In July. Okay. Where is it? Where are the Olympics to be held? In Paris. Damn. Paris, France. Alright, I guess we do get the Olympics this year. That's kind of nutty. But also, like, why? I always get disappointed by the Olympics, because there's always that part of me that loves it. And then there's the other part of my brain that's like, it's not happening. Alright, have I rambled enough for the start of stream? The answer is yes. Let's keep going. Sorry, the silence is getting to me. It's nothing against you guys. I'm just so, like, just a part of my brain is so used to just talking for like, like 20 minutes at the start of stream, and now it's like, okay, all right, let's just get into the game. We don't need to know about anything else. Deactivate. Reactivate. Deactivate this ass. What? Alright, let's game! Let's get this shit bitch over with. Let's actually get the storyline close to defeated as possible. Because it's not that I don't care. I love to care. I think it's a really great storyline. I have Bahamut on my side now, hopefully. Like, that's hot.
The pair that got hauled into tires?
I'm so excited for that. Hope you and chat had a good day. What even happened today? I watched a lot of anime. That's my answer to everyone now. I watched so much anime today. It was kind of insane.
Find a better price than that.
Finished, are you?
Yep. Woo! I finished an anime called I'm in Love with the Villainess. It's gay, it's gorgeous, I love it. I relate very much to the main character, where she just has a devoted amount of love for the main character, and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. With Adara, which is weird, but that's the point.
The realm. The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
Woo! Oh yeah.
And Gav? He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project.
So Mid didn't just walk off.
Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Cool. I was paying attention. Woo! Oh yeah, the Vivian part. We love the Vivian part. That's a lie.
How is it
What
that
did you
every
watch?
one of
An
your
anime
little
called...
excursions
Wait.
presages some inexplicable...
I watched an anime called um I'm in Love with the Villainess, and it's all about this girl who gets reincarnated into her favorite dating sim, and she's like so in love with the villainess of the storyline, so she's always like trying to like to like simp levels, okay, like she wants to be stepped on, that sort of thing, so she like, you know, does whatever she can to like be with her, and obviously near the end there's like a lot of tension, and then they end up together, and it was so cute. I was, oh my god, winning. Anyway, and then I found another anime called The Doctor and the Lamp, I believe, Dr. Elise or something. It's really cool because it's all about a girl who originally was like an evil villainess empress in her original life, and then came to like reincarnated into like this world, was like, I'm gonna do better and like to make up for the sins of my past by being a doctor. But then she dies when she's in this world, and then she gets reincarnated back as when she was younger, back into her original world. So now she's like dedicated to being like, you know, helping people as much as possible, but she's also like an absolute whiz at being a surgeon. So of course they're like, how do you know these techniques? And she's just like, it doesn't matter, I have to save the patient, you know, like, oh, I love it. But I found out there's only 5 episodes out, unless I need to watch more, to be honest. It's so good. Hi, House. How you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. I don't know why I said it like that, but now I did. So just in case someone needed it, you know, we're not acknowledging Valentine's Day. Well, we are, but we aren't, okay? Anyway, I was writing something on my phone real quick.
Catastrophe. Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
Wow.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking...
I don't care about all this menagerie. I listened to Seventh Heaven because bad day. That's fair.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this.
Not like
Crystals that
this!
filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble.
It's really interesting seeing this and seeing how much, like, it's a really good summary of the shittiness of the entire country's in. But in this case, in my brain, I'm like, well, it just means you can, like, move past this and go further in life, you know? Like, doesn't that sound great? I don't know. It's probably not amazing. I mean, it's definitely interesting to think that Rosaria has basically lost their kingdom. I mean, they still have, obviously, Clive and Joshua, not that I'm sure that they know it. The Republic, even though they lost their kind of tyrannic guy, still has a ton of counselors. But obviously they've lost, like, Annabelle and the king and the entire royal family at this point, so...
Mood, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm.
Yeah, they fucking would. This is the perfect time.
In short, is in chaos.
Sounds like they've been
It
waiting
would
this
seem
entire
our
time.
civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Can I talk about the fact that Sanbreque, right? Just want to say this. Sanbreque has literally had hold of the most amount of like land, right? Why didn't you just move the capital to like the center of the land and then you'd still be at least fairly safe from all the blight going around? Like they had plenty going on and they just abandoned it. Interesting to know there's also ether floods kind of like popping up out of places though. That's kind of intimidating. Mother's pissed that I'm making mum make him clean up my sink after he used it. My mom. Wait. Hold. My brother is pissed that I'm making mum make him clean up my sink after he used it. That is such a chunky sentence. He left stubble and toothpaste in there. Like, I ain't cleaning it. No, that's fair. He's also pissed at me because he can't find his shoes. That's his problem. I love the orb. Look at Orb. He hanging out. I don't care.
A farmhouse against a band of chocobo, but pitchforks and palisades will
What's a palisade? Google time. Personally, but I tattled to mom. No, listen. If he's a grown adult, he can do it. Palisade. Why did a car come up? Do they have cars? Palisade, sometimes called a stake wall or a paling, is typically a row of closely placed high vertical standing tree trunks of wooden stakes. Okay, so it's just a fancy fence. Got it. Okay. I think that's what I heard. He's almost 23. Well, he fucking do it. He should be like, oh, sorry I did that. Sorry I did that, sis. I'll go wipe it up now. That's it. You fucking grab a tissue, or I don't know how you clean things, but I just grab a tissue, I wipe over that shit, maybe a scrubbing brush, depending on how much that toothpaste has stuck in there. Just around the side, done. Sorry, that was my hand trying to... Anyway, Hippocrates. I still love this guy's name.
Let me guess.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
Lawsman.
Doesn't take a court astrologer
How
to argue the
old
obvious.
is this guy, anyway?
That, I believe, is a question. And on the 6th day, but I dare say you remember your childhood lesson.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible.
I can't believe he's a god, though. He kind of seems like... It's a fancy fence.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's a stabby fence. You know what I mean? Like, it's a, you know, like something you can impale people on. You know, that's definitely counts as a fancy fence, okay?
Could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical
And look,
accounts.
time, you're ahead of me. That's fine, Daft. I was wondering why I hadn't seen you around. That's fair. That's valid. I got ahead! I win! That's not true. Daft's like, I'm gonna be fucking playing this all of tomorrow.
Certainly not.
How's the...
There's nothing to
Oh no,
forgive.
he's lurking, don't worry. I was just gonna say, how's the job searching going, but it's fine.
And we will always be grateful for it.
Can I just say, I'm really confused by,
Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
my other screen. So I have 3 screens, right? Okay. But for some weird reason, this one screen sometimes just doesn't plug in. Most of the time it's fine, okay? But, it's really weird, like, because sometimes I'll, like, redo my graphics cards and it just won't pick up my other monitor again. And I'm like, okay. Moving on, I guess. Not seeing me because I had no fucking power last night. Right! Yeah, you're right about that. Sorry. I still think that's funny to me. I got like a call from my dad being like, hey, are you okay? Like from yesterday? And I was like, yeah, we were fine. And I'm like, the people south of us got hit. And then they're like, well, my auntie who lives north of us, you know, like doesn't have like their power back. And I was like, what? And they're saying my other auntie had it. And I'm like, how did everyone else get affected except for here? The gods were like, Hannah must stream this day. Obviously. That's what my personal lore indicates. Okay.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains,
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
Only 2 people who can.
Let them know we're on our way.
Alright. Aid, Martha's Rest, and it's still Emma, Northreach, and Dalamil. Okay, so they just want me to go and clean up shit. Got it. Wait, I have side quests to do here, don't I? Oh my god, here's all your main quests. Now, I know there's a big red shiny button over the top of it, but we need to make a whole point of having a cutscene that it illustrates the fact that there is shit to do here. Now. Yo! Hi, Ashley. Hi, Scar. I had my little outing with my friends today. It was lovely. It was a good time. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we just went and had frozen yogurt. Guys, I had no idea how getting frozen yogurt was so insane. So we went to a place called Yoshi, which I don't know if it is in other countries, but here it's like a frozen yogurt, you know, food place. Anyway, so what you could do with this was there was a tub, and you get the tub and you fill it up with as much of the froyo as you want. But then you can self-serve yourself as much of the toppings as you want. There was melted Nutella, okay? You know shit's important when there's melted Nutella, okay? Very important. So good. And then you could put like M&Ms on top, and there was like oats, like you could choose to be healthy or not. There was strawberries. There were especially for there was like frozen chocolate strawberries for Valentine's Day. It was so good. And best of all, it wasn't busy, which is weird. I've walked past that place on the hottest days and it's been chockers. And yet today, Valentine's Day, it's almost like Valentine's Day came around and they were like, shit, we can't get the shits tonight because we want to fuck. Like, I'm just saying, that is definitely what happened. And that's why no one went to that place. Which I mean, like, completely valid, right? Anyway, just here to bring you guys some fun information. Woo!
All this fuss over a few dark clouds.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this Alembi, lovely big. Probably. Not get you.
We're skipping this. Move it on. Weird science. You know what also a weird science is? Food. Food is a weird science. I just think I heard Alda screaming. That is so weird. Did anyone else hear that? Just... I promise I don't do it on purpose, Alda. Use the hunt board to locate the Bomb King. That doesn't sound like a good time. I'm just saying. That sounds very difficult. Thanks for indirectly reminding me I have cookies and cream ice cream mochi in the fridge. Oh my god, dude, like, no problem. I am here to remind you of all of the things that you need to do. Like how you should still probably wipe down that sink, okay? If you didn't swish the bubbles down, it's gonna look gross, okay? Meanwhile, the person just laughs at me and says, a dishwasher! You don't understand. I am the dishwasher. I don't know what this game's talking about anymore. You can obviously see that I'm going slowly insane because I'm not even caring about the game at this point. Like, I am literally making jokes to just make content out of all of this talking. And within them, a beast akin of a great ball of fire. That chased her screaming from the grove. The soldiers later identified the beast as an almanac of echoes and was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was 10 times the size of any one of the other depicted therein. Anyway. Moving on. We know where it is. Wait, where was- no, we don't know where it is. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't actually look at the location. My mistake. The Croc. Okay, so the Cock, Sandbreak. Got it. It's easier to remember that way, guys. Don't worry. Trust me. I'm a pro, okay, or something. Let's go get the. Can I really be bothered with side quests right now? The answer is yeah. Let's go do my glorified cutscenes. So made noises. Anyway. Where am me? Where am I? Jeremiah.
I saw it with my own eyes.
I am
The whole of Oriflamme.
so... You know what's great? Today's Valentine's Day, guys. Which means we have each other. That's what it means. So don't worry about anything else, guys. Just sit back, enjoy a stream, and, you know, just think about how much we have each other. Think of all the video games we can play. It's pretty fucking good. Hello, human lady. Human lady. That's what I say to every female that I come across. Hello, human lady. Alright, I'll see you around, human lady. Take care of yourself. Tell me, if you went up to everyone, if you equally, right? Equally to every human being that you know said human lady, human man, human female, like that would, you know, if it's equal to everyone, it's fine, right? That's the parameters around it. Platonic companionship! Yeah! Just gonna keep doing that. Oh, it's the madam.
The garrison's been slaughtered by those things.
I got you guys, don't you worry.
Reinforcements, but there's been no word from the
There's no reinforcements. You know what's no reinforcements in this love life? No,
But more than that, your
telling you.
system,
I'm kidding.
She speaks the truth, you know.
I am trying so hard to give a shit right now, but it's side questing. I know it's world building, but please. I am like knee deep into my capillaries of this game, and y'all making me do side questing and have 5-minute conversations. Alright, I have shit to do. What are capillaries again? Does anyone remember what a capillary is? Is the game forcing you to do side quests now? This is the main quest. What I'm doing right now is a main quest line, okay? I hate games that do that. Listen, okay, let me explain. Let me explain, okay? So the game obviously works on a cycle, right? How it works is you start each section of the game, you kind of get restart at a certain point. You have to do some finagely stuff, and then you build up to doing a big battle, okay? Completely fair, valid, I would argue that's how most games go. But when I say most games do that, I mean they typically do that once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. You know, it's like you know, when you're playing The Witcher, right? And you start off in Velen, you know? You do the whole Velen questline and but like, but when I say that, you know, like it really builds up to this really big moment, or not even a big moment. There's bigger moments later on, but you know, like it kind of like, it keeps going up with interest, right? Well, this, obviously, it actually, because it happens 5 times, 4 or 5 times, I don't even know how many we're up to, it builds up, like, it kind of builds up, like, not like this, it's more like this, and then it's like this, okay? And then it slams it back down, and you're back down here, and you're like, but I just had this big epic fight, shit's happening, like, why do I have to worry about the 4 small menagerie things? I just fought basically a god. I fought a dragon in space, Okay, literally last night, technically from this game's like, if I had continued playing this last night, it would have been like literally 10 minutes ago, right? And suddenly I'm back to like, oh no, the places are in danger. Like, why am I? Why do I have to be doing this? Shouldn't there be, like, you know what I mean though, right? Like when you have like something like a big fight like that, I like to think that, you know, the pacing of the game's gotta keep going up, you know? Like, you have one big thing and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But because the game has to almost build up a precedent or an understanding of what's happening every single time it has one of these arcs, which again, we've had like 5 of these now. Like, it's definitely kind of lost its momentum. When it gets exciting, shit gets exciting. But instead, it kind of just resets the momentum a little.
You're a pike, Minnie. I'll go in a pack of it. Leave that.
That's actually probably a good way of putting it. Resetting momentum. Because when you play games, typically, the most important thing that you usually want to do is, again, like, if you think about the hero's journey, right? The hero's journey is that idea of like, you start off kind of at humble beginnings, and then you learn more, and then you kind of get to a pretty like high pinnacle, like intense moment effectively. And then after that moment, maybe somebody dies, okay? So somebody dies, and then you have like the depressive episode for the hero where he's like, oh no, how do I go on from here? And then he meets someone else maybe that helps propel him further into his journey. And that propelling of his like journey makes him go up against the king and, you know, defeat evil or something like that, and that's the big pinnacle, right? But again, it's always a building of tension, okay? You have a building tension there. You have the big fight kind of like in the center that leads to your mentor dying. You have, you know, the tension that the person feels at losing this person, but then they rise back out of it and they get to their fullest height and fight against evil, you know? Like, it's good. But this game does it like 20 times. I'm like, why? What did I just do? Oop. Help, I need help with my chickens. I'll have your chickens. Do you need chicken? I'll hug your chickens. Okay, I don't know how to take care of chickens, but I'll hug your chickens. Do your chicken needs hugs? I'll hug your chickens. Anyway, it's kind of like the Minutemen from Fallout 4. Go on, even though there's more of a side quest, but getting near the end of the game just to be stopped to help a settlement was annoying. Yeah, exactly. And don't get me wrong, like, I think it's realistic, alright? I admire it for the fact that it is a very realistic element to introduce in the game.
I see them. With me.
I'm talking way too loud, so I'm gonna turn this down. It's a very realistic thing because, you know, if you've just defeated somebody, it's logical that you usually need some time to relax and, you know, like maybe just have to deal and help people while you can, while you're building up to the next big thing, right? It does make technical real life sense, okay? But in terms of like typical high fantasy storylines, it's really disappointing that it does have to happen so much over and over again. Like, remember the whole start? Does anyone remember the start of this game? The answer's no. But the literal start of this game was building up to that whole point. And then it was like, current storyline. And then it was literally like, current storyline happening. And you're like, okay, cool, we're in the thick of it now. We're in the current storyline, there's shit to do. And then you have... But then you get through most of that part, and then it's like, yeah, Sid's dead. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like, Sid dying should have been, I'm a third of the way through the storyline, you know? But instead it happens early on, so obviously, like, you have the main character be able to take on the mantle of Sid, which I love, right? It's very, like, thought-provoking, like, it's very good. Fucking moved. You know, like, it's really thought-provoking. You know, like, it serves a purpose. But the problem is that they haven't really, like, since then, it just feels a little I don't know, less impacty. And obviously I'm kind of desensitized to people being dead at this point in this game because I'm just tragically upset by it. Woo! Chicken. Oh my god! More important than anything else, it's Tap's birthday. Okay, everybody? 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tap. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! And a half hoo cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. .com.au/original Tap. Yeah. Happy birthday! Yay! Woo! Hope your day hasn't been too horrible. I know you had to work, so that's painful. Love you too, Tab. I'm so happy for you, man. Hope you spoil yourself with at least just like a little treat for yourself, even if it's just like a Mars bar or something. Sorry, I like Mars bars. It's been dreadful. That's okay. Your birthday doesn't have to be happy, okay? It's just something you suffer through. And by that I mean like you have to have everyone look at you while you're just looking around like, please don't perceive me while people sing you happy birthday. So I'll have 2 cookies when I get home. Yes, eat those cookies. But yeah, I'm happy that you get to have tomorrow off, okay? You get to spend that day resting up, eat those cookies, alright? Doing great, doing amazing, okay? Fuck yeah. I am talking a lot. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm fighting this guy. Get him! He moved. That's the first time I think I've successfully dodged that in a while. Alright, have a good lurk, Tab. Keep driving home. Be safe. TLDR, brother lied, so mum cleaned it, ultimately teaching him nothing. That's shitty. Tell your brother to get it together, man. You're not gonna get a female that way, okay? Learn some self-respect. Yes, I'm just going to shit on your brother for no reason. He said he didn't use it. Me. Well, out of the only 2 people that use the bathroom, only 1 grows a beard and has stubble. Oh, I've told him. Good. Good. Okay. You can always... Sorry. Oh, the part of my brain that's like, castrate them. No, don't say that. Sorry, it's my answer to everything, obviously. Guy not being a good enough guy, castrate them. Don't do that, okay? It's very concerning. No one wants to date a man who can't look after himself. Exactly, okay? It's true, alright? If he needs, like, a hard discussion, just get a video of me looking him dead in the eye, right? I'll be like, buddy, you're not gonna get any woman with this type of attitude, okay? You need to be prepared to deal with the rubbish of pads in those toilets, okay? So don't be a pussy. Just saying, it's a thing. Here's a thing, whole thing right now about wanting a relationship. Oh, buddy. And the family keeps going, oh, it's not you. Okay, alright, yeah, sure. I like how the storyline is still going. I'm not paying attention. Right. I don't know. As I said, you need to be able to do your own bins. At least you don't have to learn cooking, okay? I know plenty of people who just can't cook, male and female, okay? They're like, sorry, I can't do more than a bowl of cereal, and I'm like, I actually kind of love that for you. A little concerned, but I love that. And I'm like, bitch, please, I can name 20 things right off the top of my head. I love you, Aelin. Let's go. You and I. Wait. Press some wrong buttons. You and I are like comrades in arms that were like, are you as good as Rhys Sand? Are you as good as Rhys? Okay? If you're not, get the fuck out, okay? And this is why both you and I are gonna be lonely for the rest of our lives, because we're like, who can stand up to this gorgeous man? Like... I'm sad. But you never know, maybe. I'm so bad at cooking, I burn cereal. How? Please tell- are you joking? Is that a joke? I don't know. My book boyfriends gave me high standards, but even Rhys has flaws. I know, but it only makes him sexier, okay? Please. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just fuck me. I'm never gonna find my Rhys, guys, but that's okay. Probably because aiming for a Rhys is impossible. You're talking about a man who is literally claimed as probably the most beautiful man in the entire world. Who has cool star night powers. Who is a high elf. But also a Illyrian. Who is Rhys? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, Rash Kebab. Listen, buddy. There's this amazing book series called A Court of Thorns and Roses, okay? It is by Sarah J. Maas. It is my favorite book series. Arguably, definitely the best. Aelin, also Anyway, to give you the quickest TLDR ever. Not the one from Silver Flames. Yeah, that was a little shitty, but I get it. No, that's spoilers, I won't say that. Okay, so, to give you a TLDR, even though it's spoilers, the whole first book is the main character, Feyre, falling in love with, this, I've forgotten his name, Aelin, he's a bear lord, he's a bear fey lord, that's all you need to know, okay? But a really kind of like traumatic thing happens near the end of the storyline. Rhys is hot, broody man who has magical powers. Yes, that's all you really need to know, let's face it. Anyway, but he's like really cool because you get to the end of the book and this really traumatic thing happens which kind of really changes the main character and her love interest in a bad way. Like, so at the start of the second book they have this like they're both suffering through the trauma of what happened. It's really beautiful of like illustration of how like what happened has like stayed permeated in their brains. Anyway, so Rhys kind of comes out of nowhere and kind of scoops up Feyre to say the least, and kind of helps her get her back on her feet to the point where, you know, she's actually like, I'm gonna leave this other bitch because he's not giving me my freedom. So she goes and joins him. Even though he's been perceived as a bad guy throughout the entirety of the first book, he's actually a really good guy, and he's lovely and he's cool. First book is beauty and beast retelling. It really is. I think that's one of the amazing things about the first book, is that if you read the first book, it's a great standalone. If you just read the first book, you'd be happy. You'd be like, sounds great, happily ever after, just leave it at that, you know, like, and then obviously like the next like storyline is just so much better. Anyway, but Rhys is really cool because he's the High Lord of the Court of Night. I'm forgetting this completely incorrectly. He's the Fey Lord in charge of everything. What the fuck, phone? What? Spoilers. Be very careful with standards. Yes, enough please. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. It's great. It's great. That's all you need to know. Second book kind of under Hades and Persephone. Got it. Type story. Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? I hadn't really thought about it. It's on my reading list now. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know if it would be like something you're legitimately interested in watching in, or if you just want to hear me rant about it, sorry. You need to give me a line sometimes. Am I interested in reading this? I will give you a watered down version. Okay, look, TLDR, hot Fey Lord who runs territory. Who fucks. It's hot. in here, obviously. Oh, God. Listen, guys, it's Valentine's Day. If we're not talking about, hot fictional characters, then what are we supposed to be doing? Arguably. Very Dom and Step On Me vibes. And this is what everybody wants, okay? Everybody wants a hot Dom that wants to step on me vibes, but is actually a really kind and considerate human being, okay? And apparently those two crossovers is probably rarer than you think. Anyway, how long it takes me to get to it, I don't know, but it's on the list now. I like reading and recommendations are handy. Any day, Rashkova. I can't wait for Han to meet Daddy Dorian in Throne of Glass. You keep saying Daddy Dorian, and I'm so confused, because I'm like, yeah, sure, he's already cool, but like, what can you do to make him cooler? Like, literally, because he has ice powers. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but we'll get there. Okay, I have to finish this other book first, which I haven't touched in like several days now. I keep forgetting. Admittedly, it has been a very busy weekend. Every time I think about the weekend, I'm like, wow, that bitch sucked. And I'm like, thank God I'm past it. He's absolutely Daddy Dorian. Or you will see. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say. Da-da-da-da-da. Do you want to give a hint? I mean, listen, if it's going to encourage me to read further, I'll take it, because I'm definitely finding it difficult. But see, between having obviously my shifts going, like my shifts happening all the time, like if it's going to encourage me to read it sooner rather than later, I'm definitely curious. I like the idea that you just write to me in a sentence of like Latin just to really confuse me. Here's a Latin sentence. You have to decipher the Latin. Oh my god. What is the Step On Me vibes? I don't know why when you said that my brain was literally like, oh, like a I don't Rune. That's why I keep getting confused. They have Rune and Reese. Can you imagine? More so than Reese to me. Okay, okay. Still so interested to see where this goes. It's alright, I will finish it. I just, you know, I have to read the rest of it. I think a part of my brain keeps being like, oh god, I still have so far to go. When in reality, like, as soon as I finish both the Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, I only have one book left. That's like an afternoon. I'm kidding, it's longer than an afternoon. It's a day. I don't know. Maybe I'll read while I'm on camp. I could always bring it to camp. And the problem is that there's probably some questionable details inside of the book. Like, do I really want to be reading, you know, adult material while on a camp? Probably not.
Farewell.
But hey, I might be wrong. Maybe it's not in there. Just those interactions, even without the details of Silver Flames. It's just hot. Okay, okay. But yeah, but I always feel like, sorry, in like testimony though, just don't arrest me. The best time to do reading is when I'm away from my home, okay? That's why I said I'd read on camp. If I brought a book with me on camp, there's a chance I could have that book done by the end of the camp by itself, just because there will be so many times where I'm like, all right, I'm out, I'm sitting this out, I'm gonna spend like I'm just gonna chill in my room for a little bit because God, I get exhausted. It's really difficult being an extrovert. Trying to convince everyone I'm an extrovert when in reality I'm like, please leave me alone for an entire week. And even then I'll probably come back and be like, I missed you guys. Better? Don't read that book at camp. No. I'm not talking about that book. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Sarah J. Maas book. So far, I'm just saying, way less sexy, okay? As you can understand, because obviously the end of the last book— wait, no, you didn't read the end of the last book. There's not really time for spicy material. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? I don't know if that's shocking or not, but I'm sorry I'm just breaking it to you now, okay? Especially not a Christian camp. I'd fucking do it anyway. I read the majority of the first book on that camp. I am not kidding you. I literally bought the first House and Blood book. I bought it on that Thursday and then went on camp, and I spent most of camp reading it. I had it done within 3 days. It was a travesty. It was the best. Okay. Anyway. I read some spicy shit in my Catholic high school. As you should. That's the only correct thing to do at a Catholic high school, okay? Alright. Because most people, when they go to a Catholic high school, they don't want to be there. Yeah, I said it, okay. Get shit on.
Mad dogs.
I like how we're just talking about this shit. I'm like, should I shut up? I embarrassed one of my teachers who confiscated them. I love it. If they don't give you that book back though, sue. Oh look, there's little defense walls. It was my only option, so no, I did not want to be there. Exactly. That's my point. Anyone who goes to a Catholic school, the only people who want to be in a Catholic school are people trying to escape the bullies from the public school, okay? It's when in reality there's already enough bullies in the Catholic school anyway. Or no, he gave it back immediately. He didn't want to explain how or why he had it. I love the idea of being a teacher and like seeing like let's say like 16-year-old let's say 16-year-old like reading it, and I'd just come up and be like, what you reading, with this like smile, and they're like, and I'd be like, nah kid, don't worry, I was reading it at your age too, and just walk away. Because oh my god. Hey Wade. Yeah Wade, it's nice that Wade's here. I don't know what's going on, but good, look at him go. It's a turtle! Fight the turtle! Woo! Have I fought a turtle in this game? I don't know anymore. So I tried to start a very small indie game and it locked up my PC. What? What did you do? Ow, he got me. Ooh woo. This turtle's kind of insane, I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at him go. Alright, I regret it. Look at him go indeed. He's very chunky. Horde Adamantoise. Alright. Don't hit my doggo. Sorry guys, I've got to focus.
This one. Get him. Get him. Go for it.
I tried to play Loop Hero on my PC froze. Damn. That is weird. I wasn't embarrassed, I was too busy laughing and the teacher was too embarrassed to even tell the students around what I was laughing at. I just figured out how to use chat commands to move my computer mouse with Python. Let's fucking go. Did you finish Miles Morales? Yes, I did. I finished that. How long ago now? How long has it been? 2 weeks? I want to say longer than that. Maybe 3? 2.5 weeks? We finished it. It was a good time. I decided to jump. I didn't do Spider-Man 2 next because I needed a break. Because that game's very button mashing-y and my hand can't take it. I can barely take this game. But luckily most of this button mashing is through dialogue now. Honestly, getting back to Aylin's brother, the "oh, it's you" thing with your brother can be really problematic. No, any person who's looking to have a romantic relationship needs to put in some effort in. There's enough of whatever one's preferred gender is out there, and it's almost certainly not that there is nobody available who might be compatible. Sorry, I need to reread that last part. There is enough of whatever one's preferred gender is out there that it's almost certainly not that there is nobody available who might be compatible. Okay. I'm aware. Some of my attitude on this is why he's pissed at me. Yeah. But it's also one of those things where it's like, obviously he's just gonna get pissy because he can't, he's trying to just deny it to himself. You gotta look him in the eyes and be like, listen man, you know what I'm saying and you know it's the truth. You've got to accept it and move past it and learn from your mistakes, okay? Anyway, giant turtle. And I think there's like a, you know, that's like the weird thing I think a lot of the time is that like most of the rhetoric around stuff like this is usually like, hey, you just need to learn from your mistakes. Ow. Thank God. This is an annoying turtle. Yeah, it's like, it's basically just learning to, I like how I walked back into that attack. It's about just trying to like learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. You need to be able to at least admit wrong in a good working relationship. Hater Flaxon tries to tell me I'm a failure for living at home, but like, I'm disabled. And also, you're living at home too, so what's your excuse? Is my comeback? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's still living from home. And honestly, most people are at this point, so like, you know, like, what's he getting up about? I'd still be living at home with my parents if it wasn't for Adara. Hands down. I would have stayed there until hopefully my streaming career popped up. Hopefully. And I still wouldn't have a job. I'm sure my parents would have bullied me into something by now. I'm sure Dad would have forced me into becoming an IT at some point. It would be like, I'm taking you to work, I'm gonna teach you how to be an IT, and then I'm gonna get you a job, and I'd be like, alright. I'm not gonna say no.
A second horde. Feel like finishing the job.
Oh, he has a superiority complex.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the engine.
Kinda sounds like a git. Oh, he is a git. He is a fit. He doesn't wash his own clothes. Nah, that's a red flag. That is a hell of a red flag, okay? First thing that most females will say is if they have to go back to mommy's place to get mum to do your washing, like, nah, get out. I've been doing my own washing since I was, I mean, don't get me wrong, my dad would do it also on occasion, but like, I think I did primarily my washing since I was probably 16, 17, maybe beforehand. And even then, it's not that I didn't do it all the time. I did it here and there. It's just I've probably more consistently been doing it since I was probably 17, 18. Just because I'd kind of just at least chuck my own shit in and put it out myself or something, or get Dad to help me, or Dad would go put it out later, you know, like whatever the fuck happened. My point is, knows how to cook but never does family meals. Come on. It's my entire life, okay? And by my entire life, I mean, I live to serve, okay? I live to serve this fine ass, no.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
I think I get like really like uppity. Sorry. I know I just said something really stupid. I just to defend my stupid words, even though I don't think it's necessarily a good thing, I will say I very much, like, my primary goal in my life has been hopefully to find a husband And so I have basically formulated my entire identity around being as acceptable of a wife as possible, okay? I like video games, so I'm not gonna get upset at them being interested in video games and tech decks and skateboards. You know, like, I can cook, I can clean, I'm pretty enough, arguably. Plenty of pretty. I'm in my brain, I'm like, amazing. Not to toot my own horn, but in my brain, right? I work hard. I've worked my entire life to be this, okay? So if some man in his fucking 20s, 30s can't even do, you know, their goddamn washing, it just makes me so angry because I'm like, I've worked my entire life for this shit, okay? I'll make you the best meals for the rest of your entire life. You'll never be able to dine anywhere else. That's not true. I have the most basic bitch meals ever, but at least I can cook, all right? I'll cook for you every night if you're devoted to me, okay? So I get a little shitty at people who say that they can't, because I'm like, you should be able to. I don't care what you say. Any decent human being should be able to. God, they do a lot of damage. Holy shit. Oh my god, there's a Kashik Chocobos? I just realized. I'm gonna cry. What? Ow. Sorry. When I was an adult living alone, I did all the laundry. It was one of the things I was responsible for, and honestly, the laundry room is more organized than it's ever been, or since. When I was an adult living with my parents. Yeah, and it's fine. Like, even when you're living with your parents, you should have a certain amount of agency. You want to be able to cook yourself meals. You want to be able to cook meals for your family when they request it. You want to be able to do your own laundry and clean the kitchen entirely yourself, you know? Like, you should have the agency. Would you do when you live with your parents? When you live with your parents, are you still inclined to basically be like, Dad, can you please clean this? Like, the answer is yes, okay? I think we can all agree that sometimes there's days where you're like, Dad, can you just clean this for me? Okay, thanks, please. But you should at least have the ability, mostly, to do it. Obviously, unless you have a disability of some sort. Anyway. All be responsible for our own shit. I put his shoes in his sink this morning because he left his shoes in the bathroom to be tripped on. Mum told me to put them under his sink. So I accidentally hid them because he can't see them. What? Just keep looking. Sensory organization, stuff like cooking, laundry, etc. are really difficult for me by nature, but I've worked a lot on it and make sure to do it enough for people I'm living with, even if it's means I gotta use a tip jar. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's different strategies that are in place to do it too. Sorry if I didn't mean to accidentally hate on you or anything, Ashley. But like, literally, like, that is really admirable, like, to acknowledge the fact that obviously you're really difficult at doing something, so you have to create a reward system, or at least an incentive of some sort, whether extraneous or intrinsic, or both, that makes you think, I gotta at least do the bare minimum, you know? Like, Adara is not amazing at doing a lot of stuff, but I know at the end of the day, like, if I sit down and I'm like, Adara, can you do this for me? 8 out of 10, she doesn't. No, it's, like, absolutely true. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, it's good adult ethics. It's good maturity. Actually, I should say that. It's a maturity curve, okay? It is a maturity curve that everyone has to go through. Whether you go through it when you have to live with other people at uni, whether you go through it when you're just living with your parents when you're young, whether you're, oh my god. Whether you're, you know, you do it when you move in with a girlfriend for the first time, like, I would hope that's not the case, because honestly, how did you even get a girl if that's the point? You know, like, there should be a point. Little bitey noise. Isn't he cute? Honestly, I love this little guy. I just think he's heckin' cute. Yeah, got him. He's beneath him and should be my job since I can't work. Excuse? That's even more disgusting. What? He can't. That is disgusting. That is actually disgusting. And obviously some days I can't do it because I'm just too tired or dead, yeah. And the more I've gotten the habits of it, the more I do them for myself. Yeah, absolutely. And like, listen, I think it's one of those things where like, I think, again, like everyone has days like that.
Enough.
Like Adara and I, we both have days where we're just like, let's leave the dishes for tomorrow. we have and understand, like that's the part of like living with another human being is, you know, to try and build up expectations. Obviously, like at least a standard of expectations, but also give them slack when you know they need it, you know? Like that's a healthy working relationship. Be like, hey, don't forget to do the dishes on a good day, and to be basically like, don't worry about the dishes on a bad day, you know? Like, or, you know, like, hey, you forgot to do them yesterday, and it irritated me, and they'll be like, shit, sorry, I'll try to do better next time. Like,
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last.
Hi, Philip.
But it won't be long
With it all, when I lived with my family, part immaturity, part low mental health, part of my life. Yeah. Yeah, and like sometimes you have to move away from your family and have to have your own agency before you can do that. One of the reasons why I moved out, like don't get me wrong, I love my parents. I would be happy to probably live with my parents if I still had to.
Find out there.
But a part of the reason I moved out was because, like, I didn't have to move out, right? It was just Adara wanted to buy a place, and I was like, yeah, I'll come with, you know? Like, it was, we'll share rent, we'll figure it out from there, you know? The reason I did that was because I needed whatever I needed to do in my life. Because I didn't know how I was going to get a job. I just finished uni. I didn't know how I was going to get a job. I didn't know how I was going to be able to do anything in my life. I knew I wanted to keep streaming. But ultimately, you know, I knew that whatever I needed to do to move forward in my life had to be outside of my family's home. You know what I mean? Not because of any particular reason. I just know that, again, like, being at home was my safe space, you know? Like, being at home with my parents is, quote-unquote, the easy option. While moving out with my sister, it was a difficult option. It was something that would push me out of my comfort zones to a certain degree, even though it's still within my comfort zones, because obviously wherever I go, wherever Dara goes, I basically follow, as long as she's willing to let me, of course. That's why I'm trying to, like, hopefully at some point at least, I want to break away, and I really do want to, like, break away and try and, like, you know, find someone in my life, is because, you know, like, Adara's doing really well, and I think she's gonna get really up in her, like, career, and she's still doing amazing, and I know she still needs me, but you know, there's that part of me, obviously, that's like, you know, at some point I'm gonna have to move away and give her the space that she needs and deserves sometimes. And I want to do that at the right time. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do that when she needs it. When she feels like she's coping enough with things. So it's about that slow progress of, like, trying to, both Adara and I, both getting to that emotional point where we're like, yeah, we can move out and be apart from each other. But knowing me, I always need to be kind of latched onto someone, and hopefully that'll be a guy. Or a girl at this rate. Hi, Tap. I seem to have lost my number. Can I have yours? Ashley, if you ever move to Australia, sure, we can get a crib together, right? Not for any, like, promiscuous reasons. Yes, I just said promiscuous. Just mean, like, we could, yeah, we could get a house, you know, save on rent. Anyway. That's human nature, especially you leave safety and open up your life. Yeah, exactly.
There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
I accidentally caused a vent session with my incompetent brother, and it triggered a discussion about capabilities.
Would that really be so bad?
Did I miss
You were a
something?
squire once.
It's okay. It's okay, Aelin. We love it.
Certain so
Oh, he's like,
rotten
what's going on? Yeah, okay. I was talking to Philip, but yeah, that too. Oh, okay. That's valid, but also, I'm still, the offer's still up, obviously. I'm fully prepared to just have, like, 3 or 4 different people just come from different countries and just, like, all come to Australia where it's safe. Where it's safe, specifically. And be like, okay, alright, we are going to, go. I need to find the cocks. Okay, guys, don't forget that we're trying to find the cocks. Pay attention. Was it? It's at Sembrick, right? Yeah, we're looking at Sembrick. Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. We're safe, aside from magpies. Magpies are fine. Adara's worried about them. I don't see what the problem is. I can't find it. Catch up. I can't be a part of your single forever club. I was late to learning how to do my washing as my mum didn't want me to break the machine. But I know how to know and do my own. Also, I moved out because my sister became a manager and treated me terribly, which is still really fucked up, by the way. That's like so many levels of bad. That's like opposite of nepotism. Like, what the fuck? Nepotism is supposed to be a good thing. For those who get it, for reference. Maybe it's down here. Mornbroom. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it. Old Road, Weeping Rent. Maybe there's something over here. Maybe not. Here? What's this? Eastwatch. Right, that's the Aviary. Man, I've done so much talking, my voice is already worn out. My voice is like, I'm done for the day. I'm like, excuse me, I'm not done with you, voice. Sorry, I'm talking about a lot of things, guys. I hope it's not too cruel or damning or anything, but I mean it all in good faith, you know. Because I think, again, like, I think it's just about probably having a certain level of expectation of maturity from anyone, you know. So it's kind of disappointing when it seems like it's not at that point, when that person just seems so blatantly, like, disrespectful. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where this is. I don't know where this location's supposed to be. It said the Crocs. I don't know what that is, so I guess we'll keep going. I want to see it read Crescent City. Do it! I love magpies. What? What's that? Nepotism. Tap. I love you, man. Sorry. Like, obviously there's always that one part of my brain that's like, how do they not know what nepotism is? And then the other part of my brain that's like, I get to explain something! Sorry. Let me explain. Sorry, I love explaining things. Is that obvious? Nepotism is the act of basically, let's think of Trump, right? Trump usually says something like, for a small loan of $1,000 or for $1 million, okay? He inherited wealth, okay? It's usually typically starts with you have a rich family who has a company, okay? Has rich company family, okay? So the CEO in charge has a kid. A kid grows up, you know, 20 years, they have tons of money, so they just kind of throw money at the kid. But what they also might do is they'll be like, oh, well, I want my son to be the next CEO of our company. So I'm just gonna take my son, who has no experience, and I'm just gonna put him in as a high-end secretary job or something, or a high-end business kind of position, okay? Now, this is called nepotism because it is the act of basically, like, because this person is directly related, or it doesn't even have to be necessarily directly related either. It can be just, like, close friends or family, where they kind of drag them into high positions or just, like, make up jobs within their big fancy company to basically start funding their life and give them, like, an oomph into their lives. This is bad, for the most part. As I said, it's bad for it's good for the people who get it. It's bad because there's people who are usually at the bottom rung, right, who are like, who have been trying to crawl up their entire lives, crawl up the corporate ladder so they can get a job in a nice shiny position, right? But then so you see this dumbass, effectively, Trump, who, is buddy with the CEO, who just drags in his friend, his buddy, his best buddy's son, and says, hey, this is now your manager. And you're sitting there like, what qualification does this guy have to be my manager? I've been working here for 8 years. So what's up with this Fredson? Does that make sense? Sorry, I explained through embellishing. My point is, sorry, when you take, it's that act of taking someone and putting them into positions of power or making up job positions within your business so that you can help them onwards in their career or help them start their career. But it is only applicable to people who are friends with the CEO or whatever high-ranking person they might be. The king, the lord, the king's physician, whoever you want to go for. I don't know why I went to medieval times, but go with me here. That opportunity was not available for any of the people underneath, okay? It's unfair to people who are at the bottom. You did great. Thanks, fella. Basically, it's promoting someone based on favoring that person rather than based on their capabilities of doing a job. Yeah, what Rash Kavar said. Don't listen to me. I've been saying, listen to Rash Kavar. He's a big brain. But I have to finish Percy Jackson first. I just can't bring myself to read Percy Jackson when I want to read SJM. I would say read SJM, because if that's all you want to do, I do it. Because the entire system was 100% nepotism. Well, yeah, and that's the problem with a lot of companies, is that nowadays there is a lot of nepotism, especially for a lot of big companies. Hell, even for small companies, because even for small companies, there is a certain amount of... I tap. I need tissue. Tap, thank you for the tier 1 subscription for 5 months. Much appreciated. I'm home safe. Woo! Cool. Did you hear my explanation? Did you hear me? I'm just, yeah. Does it make sense? I'm just making sure. Yeah, even in small businesses, it's very likely to happen. I may have missed it, sorry. That's alright, man. TLDR. Oh, you mean me? Yeah. Yeah, we were explaining nepotism. It's okay. What did Rash Kavar say? Reading what Rash Kavar said and not the weird shit I just said. Thanks, Rash Kavar. Basically, it's promoting someone based on favoring that person rather than based on their capabilities to actually do the job. Do you need me to repeat all of that? Yes. I don't remember it. It's gone. Guys, you gotta remember, any stupid shit that I might say, it's forgotten like that, okay? I might remember it later. Most of it's gone until I look at the clips, like, tomorrow, and I'll be like, did I say that? I don't remember that. Anyway. This place is really shady now. I know you guys can't see the game. What's up, Tam? But yeah, this place does not look hunky-dory. Oh my god, it's Lubida. I'm gonna unblock my nose. Give me a second.
Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill. Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
You know what I'm realizing? Is that I'm like, oh, my throat's already out. I haven't drunk water this entire time, guys. You're gonna have to give me, like, a minute, okay? Will this take a minute? I don't know, but I'm gonna chug it. I just realized I've had trouble breathing through my nose all day, so this is probably not going to take a minute. It's gonna take longer than a minute,
Let's
but...
just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem.
Yeah, heard the job there.
And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the
Sorry.
bandits which prove to be our
Still can't
undoing.
fucking breathe, it hurts. Job there after she lost her previous job. Yeah.
The desert hair has limits.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
I'm the best hug giver. Fight me! And by fight me, I mean hug me. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have much of a reaction because I remember. I remember everything, Dab. Thanks for the hugs. Thanks for the hugs, Dab. Big hugs. Yeah. Alright, what am I doing? Visit the final sting. It's the final sting. Alright, back to the water. I thought I put a lid on it. I didn't, apparently. I'm a genius.
Talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood. It's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men?
Shave my leggies. I've never shaved my legs.
We're better off using that coin to buy food.
That's why you rarely ever see my legs on stream. Listen, I'm very lazy, okay? If there is a job that I can avoid doing, that's the one.
Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
Can you calm the fuck down, guys? The only type of heated conversations that should happen on this stream is between thighs or titties, okay? That's the only discussion that matters. I want to see a heated debate about it. Anyway, love you, Tam. Doing great, man. Happy birthday! Yeah!
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Heckin'. Oh, sprinkle that happy birthday positivity. Right. Chazky? Illa? More hydrated. Another Chazky.
I was here to do just that.
Chazky?
Told me of his troubles.
That is good. That is good. Okay, Han. What? What, Ashley? No, I'm just saying. I'm proud of you. Okay, you. Good on you. Okay, good on you for shaving your legs because I am a lazy bitch. Okay, you're great. Love you, Ashley. Not gonna lie. Thighs comment confuses me. Why? What's wrong with thighs? Thighs are the best. They squishy. They look edible. What's the problem?
We're still working on this, guys.
It'd be really funny if I looked back on the stream and found out my dad was watching the entire time.
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Death by thighs. I read that automatically as death by chocolate. Is the way of the warrior. Yes. And thighs is greater than anything. Fight me. Because I missed the context. My hearing is fucked. They looked edible. Hell yeah. Good. I'm glad everybody can accept that thighs are good. Alright. They just kind of look like ice cream. At least that's what I think.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid.
Anyway.
And with good reason by the sound.
They look edible. Listen. Listen. I say that, but I don't laugh the touch. That's okay, Dad. I totally understand, man. Alright, whenever I date someone, and am I gonna be super touchy-feely with them? Absolutely not. That's going to take at least 1 year of knowing them and therapy before they get anywhere close to touching any of this, okay? And even then, I'd probably be like, hugs. Because hugs are great. You're allowed to know what you want to touch, even if you're not inclined to touch, okay? Can't do hugs. That's okay, man. Building up immunity. We're talking about chicken. No, we're talking about thighs. Not the chicken thighs, like real life. Like thighs. I fuck on the first date. Respect. Thighs and breast. God, now you're making me sad that I didn't eat chicken today. Well, I did eat chicken, but I really wanted to go to this one chicken place. But Adara wasn't in the mood, so we didn't get the chicken. We went for schnitz instead, which is still chicken, but I wanted to go to the other place. Because I could get thighs there, and breasts, so.
And that would be?
Oh my god. I'm not sure human thighs look edible. I probably just watched too much anime. Anyway, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it.
It appears we have a plan of action.
I thought they looked edible. I don't know what to tell you. And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm talking about anime thighs. Okay. Anyway, today I got strong antibiotics because that's as far as any GP can help me. If it's not better 3 days after I stop these tablets, I was told to go to the ER since they prescribe stronger stuff. Why don't you just tell them to fix it? Fix it. Whatever it is. Or breasts, for that matter. You don't think breasts look edible? Alright, I'm a tad confused, but alright. They're trying to. Tell them to fix it a bit faster. It's alright. It's at least they've accelerated. My ear is possessed by a demon infection. Oh, that's what it is. Time to perform the exorcism. 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 Exorcism.
Pleasure is all mine.
How do you pronounce it? I'm blanking now. Exorcism. Exorcism. So you don't pronounce the R. Exorcism. Anyway.
Nobles came and claimed every last.
No, it's okay, Tap. You were close. Still technically correct in terms of phonetic spelling. I mean, I can appreciate some shapely thighs. It's just I'm not a cannibal. Sorry. No, we're not talking about actually eating them. I'm just saying, like. Anyway. Sexism is something else I don't know what. Sexism? I can't spell. That's okay. X or sixum.
Absolutely not.
X scissoring. Philip! Nah. Philip. Philip. It's when a lesbian gets back with their ex. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, on a motorbike, Hannah! What happened? Philip said ex scissoring, and I said when a lesbian gets back with their ex, because I was trying to figure out how to spell exorcism. Yeah, no, it's okay. We're too busy laughing at ourselves, okay? We're making silly, inappropriate jokes, okay? Just... It's alright, man. You're cute. Facts. Don't apologize. It's alright. Ugh. I need more water. It's a weird word, though. It is. Like, what are you gonna do? Exorcism, which is where you I can't say words. I'm just gonna stop that sentence. I can't even be bothered. Silly goose. Silly goose. Oop oop. Silly goose. Oh god, I think I'm gonna make myself sick again. Ugh. Trying to figure out what I can take to get rid of my sore throat. This is what happens when you watch One Piece until 2 AM. You okay? I'm fine. I have to wait another hour before I can take these antibiotics because apparently I can't have dairy within 2 hours either side of taking it. That's weirdly specific, but okay. And potato and gravy is dairy free. For fuck's sake, it is dairy. Why is phone adding words I don't type? It just likes to be free. Maybe the AI in your phone is trying to tell you something. Let me be free. Alright. More dialogue.
Together and show these brutes
Conrad.
that is not to be trifled with.
I have to like reteach myself how to breathe through my nose. It's really difficult just because I haven't really breathed through my nose in almost in like 5 days. So difficult.
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to
Go have that shower tap.
Lord Underhill of Vandalar's prestigious
Get all
league of
clean!
merchants.
Because it's Android Revolution. Like, what though?
At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady
Underhill.
of our conversation, my lord.
Oh my god, Underhill? Is this Frodo Baggins? Frodo Underhill. My name is Underhill. Underhill.
Almost empty, but the war and the blight mean this season's
Oh
harvest.
my god, I need to re-watch Lord of the Rings. What am I doing?
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying.
I'm gonna be super sensitive to sound once we finally figure this shit out with my ear. Oh my god, that's right. Because if you have your sound back all of a sudden, you'll be like, oh, everything's super loud. Turn all the shit down.
It is worse than I thought.
Is my fan on? When did I turn my fan on? That's insane. I don't remember doing that.
I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably
Alright,
are.
anyway, back to me blowing my nose.
Applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance. I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
Philip.
She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect.
Philip, do you want to hear about the anime I'm watching? Because I talked about it before you were here.
We shall see what we face.
Yeah. Yeah? Of course. Sorry. Okay. Scooch. Yeah. Scooch. Okay, so I was watching this anime called I'm in Love with a Villainess, okay? And this whole idea where a lady is reincarnated into her favorite dating sim, where she tries to like date someone who usually you can't, like isn't a dateable character, which is the villainess. I don't know what I'd look like without bangs, but I'm never growing these out. They're fucking cute. Own it, Aelin. Ooh, sounds funny. Well, it's really funny because the main character, she's like an absolute simp. Like an absolute simp for the villainess. Like when she's like, step on me! I just want to bow before you, you know, but it's also like, it's actually really like, it's really thought-provoking too though, because obviously the main character, like all she wants to do is serve and see her mistress happy, but she's so used to having her love unrequited that she just believes that she shouldn't like admit, like even though she goes around saying, I love Miss Claire and whatever, like she hasn't really, I think, like properly like admitted her love to her. Well, like properly as in like maybe more discreetly rather than shouting it in the top of the lungs around the school year. Anyway, but it's really cute. There's so many cute things about it because there's also like it's weirdly in depth too because they talk about a whole like class system and there's like a fight at the end. It's really good, but it's really cute. Yeah, I binged it the rest of today. I'm in love with the villainess. It's on Crunchyroll. Protect the North Gate from bandits. It's really, I really relate with it a lot though because I'm, you know, like I'm very determined with the idea of like loving people. I'm like, yes, I will love you no matter what sort of thing. And it was really great seeing like the main character kind of like echo those sort of things. Because it's not really a thing I feel like I see a lot of. Maybe on the guy's side sometimes, but it's like, yeah, it's a different sort of vibe rather than being like, I guess like something I can directly relate to. Even though it's more romantic, it's still one of those things where it's like I really admire it. But I'm also like sitting there like, is this how I'm supposed to find the guy? Do I just need to find a really strong tsundere or something in order to find the love of my life? Where I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna serve you no matter what. I'm gonna simp for you until I die. It sounds like something I'd do. Huge list of things to watch. Oh yeah, Aelin, when I'm done with you. Alright, where's the mage? Let's go. I wonder if it's I wonder if it's racist to know who a mage is based on their clothing. Is there another maze here? I know how life goes, Han. Do you? Okay. Well, then it mustn't be too bad. If you know the entire existence of life, then it mustn't be too bad. Anyway, and then I started watching this other anime called, it's something like The Lady Doctor and the Lamp or something. I keep forgetting the actual name. Because there has a lamp in the title, but there's no lamp in the game so far, so it's really confusing. I'm gonna miss morning coffee. It's okay, Aelin. Persevere past that morning coffee, okay? I believe in you. A guy worth simping for. Sorry, I'm thinking of that like thing where it's like,
I needed that.
What do we want? A girl worth fighting for. In the Milan movie.
I'll be fine now.
That'd be kind of amazing. Nice. Okay, I need to be more careful, but there's only one of them for now. Probably gonna be more in a second. God fucking damn it, Hannah. What did I say? Don't get hit. What did I say? I gave you one rule. Don't get hit. And you proceeded to fail that immediately. Well, not really. Oh, thank God. Alright. The next week is gonna be hard. Yes, the OG Mulan movie. Let's go. It's been a while since I've watched Mulan. You should rewatch it. I mean, if it doesn't count Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, you should watch it.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
I'm using unless I get up earlier and have coffee and then take the antibiotics 2 hours later. You can have black coffee.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did
Because I can't have my iron tablet within 2 hours either side of the medication either. Oh God. Your life is complicated. But I respect you so much.
We all saved Dalimil.
I feel like both Adara and I would have such a field trip talking to you in person. Because I'm sure Adara would be talking to you about like what's your disability and like asking everything about the different type of medications you take. Like talking about your disability and your support plans and all of this other stuff. Like Adara would be like so into learning all of that, and then there would be me and you talking about like Aelin and just like the book and just like having an emotional.
And that is all. As for you, Sid, I'll take that as a compliment.
No, I like my frothy milk coffee, thank you. My frothy milk. I'll take my iron and coffee in the morning and then take 2 hours and wait 2 hours.
Under control.
That's what I'ma do.
For now,
Do
at
it.
least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Oh God, we did it, guys. After 10 years of talking and not knowing where the cock is, we finally did it. Got through the game. Anyway.
Did you see that?
Now I feel like I really need to keep reading The Throne of Glass. Man. Later.